day 2 Big Bend, day 1 technically. We did a half day yesterday. We're staying in an Airbnb in Terralingua. It's a renovated Airstream. How do you feel about going to Big Bend? Can you turn this on?
My thoughts on it right now are I have mixed emotions. Yesterday, I don't really have a problem with bugs or anything. But today I wake up and there's bite marks all over my body. Aside from that, I got to figure out whether they were bed bugs or whether they were the bugs outside.
Was it bed bugs?
I don't know yet.
He just hates the Airstream. We
So
went to
far-
breakfast.
So far, it's been a pretty good experience. All the locals are nice.
Everyone's really nice. We just went to breakfast at a local cafe thing. We ordered burritos, but they were just tacos that were folded really well. Right, babe?
The drive up here wasn't very hard.
It was 8.5 hours.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, the roadways were nice. Traffic wasn't bad. Everything, the whole town shuts down at 9, so that was an issue.
We couldn't get ice last night.
If you don't have ice, it might be a good idea to stop and get ice before 9.
We're going to the Santa Elena Canyon first. So there's 2 ways to get there. You can go on a paved road or you can go on an unpaved road. And I thought on the map an unpaved road meant it was a primitive road, but that's not the case. So we drove like 10 miles into the park on a paved road. Are you mean by me? And then I decided that we should go gravel road because the gravel road to the canyon is only 13 of unpaved road. And the other drive's like 45 miles. So hopefully I'm saving us time. I don't really know. I'm hoping for the best. The clouds are sitting on the mountains, so it's really pretty. I decided to take the off-road path because I decided it was shorter because it's 13 miles of off-road. Speed limit is 25, but you can't really go 25. So we could have driven like 40 miles on paved road at what, like 50, 45?
60 if I want.
No.
Which it doesn't look like an issue, but there's rigid lines throughout the road, and it just makes it difficult to go on. And the faster you go, the easier it is to drive, but it's just not very
It's loud.
ideal.
So this is 13 miles. And max we've probably gone, what, most of the time on average like 15 miles per hour. So Andrew asked me, what would the speed limit? And I said 25. He said, well, if you go 25 miles per hour for 25 miles, how long will it take you? And I said, an hour. And he said, so if we would have gone 45 miles at 50 miles per hour, how long would our drive would have been?
You do the math.
I guess realistically, it's going to take us like 45 minutes. So was it the smart decision if you decide to come and want to take the fast route to the Santa Elena Canyon?
Well, on the bright side,
It is cool. It's a cool ass drive.
so on the bright side, we get to see cool things like this.
We went to Santa Elena's. It was okay. We didn't do enough research, so we didn't know that you have to cross through water. So we didn't know that we had to cross through waist-high water to really like waist-high water to really see it. But what else have we seen? We just stopped on the side of the road.
Rio Grande River, which was not as deep as I thought. I think it was about waist deep. Maybe about 40 feet.
The mountains are gorgeous.
It was sprinkling all day.
It has been sprinkling.
Overall, so far so good. Got some good footage on the drone.
That's illegal in this park.
Great memories with this beautiful gal.
And now we're gonna go see the hot springs and the mountains. I don't know. And I'm hungry.
Don't have
And
any food.
we didn't bring food, which was dumb. Just left the Chisos Mountain Basin where we stopped, and the restaurant closes for like an hour between meals, so we stopped at the Basin store. We got stuff for sandwiches because we're dumb and didn't bring food. $40, well, it was like $35 for like deli meat, some chips, dip,
coolest that place about the store is that if you don't plan ahead, you end up having to buy things on the mountain or at a gift shop.
Super
Everything
expensive.
runs a little bit more expensive than as it would in
Seeing as we have
Terlingua or
everything back at the room that we would need to make sandwiches for lunch. Everything.
But my genius girlfriend
Uh-huh.
came up with this concoction. It's
Tostitos dip.
Tostitos dip and Tostitos chips. And you want to show them our little setup we got?
So we stopped, we ate in the car. Now we're on our way to Hot Springs. And we're gonna go check that out. The sun came out.
Also, another thing to
My
keep in
ears are
mind,
popping.
these roads are really windy.
Crazy.
So sharp turns. If you have a camera set up or a phone set up, make sure it's secured. It's hard to get it's hard to get a steady video.
We fought because we were doing a time lapse and we taped the phone to the GoPro setup, and he got mad at me because I was trying to enjoy the view and he was driving.
I didn't get mad at you. You just pointed out that I pointed out that the camera had fallen, and you pointed out you said, "Is it weird? I just want to enjoy it as is. Is that weird?" And it's hard for the driver. I'm not complaining, but it's hard for the driver to enjoy the scenery when you're on a narrow, windy road. You want to show them the road, just so you can have an idea. Yeah, it doesn't.
No, it's straight.
It doesn't look bad now, but it's windy. You go uphill. So it's just sometimes it's hard for the driver to have to
Enjoy it.
to have
The mountain
luxury
insane,
as
The
a passenger would have. So yeah,
He's just whining.
but so far so good. The trip's been great.
He's just whining. We are walking towards the hot springs. You can hear them. They said it's a quarter-mile of a walk. I feel like it's been longer. Hey Andrew, how do you feel?
Feel pretty good.
Yeah? We went and hiked the hot springs. It is so scary to drive. It's like this crazy.
These colors don't run.
So we're hiking a part of the river. Oh my God.
It's a little steep.
Little. So we were hiking at the hot springs and we decided to hike down to the river, like jump around in the rocks or whatever. One, the sun came out, it's really hot. Two, we were walking down to the river and we saw a man.
What did he look like, Melanie? Describe him for whoever decides to watch.
He was,
Where were we? First of all, were we in America or Mexico?
we were on the border in the Rio Grande.
Where were we standing?
We're in
US
America.
U.S. soil.
We were.
Yes.
And there was a Mexican man who walked by and said hola and continued to walk
How did
past
he
us.
walk by? How did he walk by? Did he walk from U.S. soil? Did he walk from Mexico?
He walked from Mexico.
He walked from Mexico. He walked across waist deep water, no problem, no issues, nonchalant.
Like your bandana boot.
It looked like he's done it multiple times. Said hola, very friendly.
He was very friendly.
I will say this.
And he asked us, and then he continued to walk back out, not of the trail, of the brush,
Yeah.
and then continued to pass us, got on a horse, and rode away to the Mexican sunset.
Although it didn't look legal by no means, he was a friendly guy.
He was very nice.
Welcome to America.
And then Andrew tried to talk to the park ranger because he's always on duty.
I wanted to find out more information as to what his.
But I told
and
him
Melanie
no.
advised me not to. She didn't let me do
No,
anything.
because it's just like
Because
he's
what?
always on duty.
No, I'm not on
We
duty.
see it. We see
If I
any.
see
Okay,
somebody-
no.
Go ahead.
If we see any kind of like police or fire or park ranger, Andrew always wants to stop and talk to them because it's like his brotherhood that he's a cop always on duty and he always wants to know what's going on. Like if there's any like issue, he's like, I want to know. I want to know what's going on. I want to help them. I'm like, you're not on duty. You're
From my point of view, if I'm working in the hot sun in the middle of nowhere on the border and I'm out there looking for something and somebody who has experience, even who doesn't even have, who has some information that could be helpful to me, maybe that'll make my job a little easier. That's all I want to do is say, hey man, if you're looking for this guy, he took off back that way.
You know, Andrew just always thinks he's the smartest man in the room, so he could have caught the Mexican better than the park ranger.
You know what? I may not always be the smartest man in the room, but I was the smartest man on the Rio Grande. God bless America.
Oh, God. I don't know if you can see that. It's gorgeous. We are leaving the park. It is 9:06. It's still super bright out.
I wouldn't say super bright, but there's daylight.
It's bright. It's gorgeous. He flew his drone all day.
I wouldn't say all day. The battery life only lasts about 30 minutes.
I think we saw everything we wanted to see. It was fun. What?
See these mountains?
I don't think one day is enough day to do everything you want to do. I think you would have to do research. Like, we didn't know that in order to really hike Santa Elena's that you have to walk through waist deep water. So neither of us brought clothes to do that or water shoes or anything. That would be one thing I would change.
I would plan. I would
Bring
plan
food.
an itinerary or schedule. So again, we didn't have prior knowledge of where to go, what to wear. We went off what we saw on YouTube and this little map that she has. And Tim, who works the front gate at the entrance, who is a weird character.
No, be nice. Tim was great. Tim was great.
Yeah, I planned. Drone flying was great. It wasn't hot. It wasn't too humid.
Yeah, we got really lucky
It
with the
rained
weather.
for maybe a few hours of the day.
I think the forecast last week said it was supposed to be in the high 90s, and I think the highest I got today was mid 80s because it rained after all.
So how could you plan? What's a good way to plan?
I don't know. Do research. Everyone else knew that they had
but
to change for
we
Santa
could have done
Elena.
the research prior to getting here.
But we
So
didn't.
what's something now, knowing what we know now, that we could use next time we come?
I don't know. To plan accordingly.
Yeah, but for example, I don't know all the specific or unique places of the park to go to. We went to Hot Springs. Where else did we go?
We went Hot Spring. We went to Santa Elena. We went Hot Springs. We went to Boquias Canyon Overlook.
Yes,
We
yeah.
didn't.
I think that's where we ended our day.
And
then we were
Oh, we went to the Chisos Mountain.
Jesus, no. See, I've never done back trail hiking or anything like that, but I think it'd be interesting to see where you'd start. Or could we start from somewhere else?
Well, you
Because
can.
I think driving on these roads where it's 25 miles per hour, 45 mile per hour speed limits, you're gonna waste a lot of time. I mean, yeah, the views are great, but I'd still rather, if I'm gonna go to a specific area, I want to get there. What? I want to get there quicker.
I agree.
But yeah, great trip overall. It's not over yet.